What's up, Glowline crew? Get ready because this week's news is absolutely wild. We're kicking things off with a look at the intense manhunt for the suspect in the Charlie Kirk shooting, where investigators stumbled upon some incredibly unusual forensic evidence that could change everything. Then, we're shifting gears to the sports world. The NFL is making waves with its decision on how to honor Charlie Kirk, and we've got all the details on why teams now have the final say after a league-mandated moment of silence. But the story doesn't end there. With any major event, the internet explodes, and the Charlie Kirk assassination is no exception. We're breaking down the flood of false claims and conspiracy theories spreading online and separating fact from fiction. And finally, we hear directly from the heart of the matter. Charlie Kirk's widow, Erika Kirk, is speaking out, delivering a powerful message about her husband's legacy and the impact of his tragic death. Stick around for all these stories and more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. A rare forensic clue could be the key in the hunt for Charlie Kirk's shooter. As the investigation into the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk intensified, authorities zeroed in on a piece of evidence rarely seen in crime scenes: a forearm print. This unusual finding emerged as law enforcement pursued suspect Tyler Robinson, who was eventually apprehended. Investigators collected a footwear impression, a palm print, and forearm imprints from the sniper's position. Experts describe forearm imprints as highly uncommon, with one criminal defense attorney noting it's like lifting a mold from the surface where the suspect's forearm rested. While not as definitive as fingerprints, these impressions can offer unique characteristics like scarring or the imprint of clothing. Advances in 3D scanning technology are making these types of impressions more valuable, potentially revealing DNA or touch DNA, and corroborating other evidence. However, unlike fingerprints, forearm prints are not considered a primary forensic identifier because the skin lacks the same unique, permanent ridge patterns. Their value often lies in corroborating other evidence or providing leads, especially if unique identifiers like tattoos or scarring are present. Despite the novel forensic approach, Tyler Robinson's arrest ultimately stemmed from traditional investigative methods, with reports suggesting a confession to family members led to his surrender. This case raises questions about a potential shift in criminal behavior, where some ideologically driven individuals might be less concerned with evading capture and more focused on making a statement. This unusual piece of evidence has the internet buzzing, but wait until you hear how the sports world is reacting to Charlie Kirk's passing. The NFL lets teams decide on Charlie Kirk tributes after a league-mandated moment of silence. Following the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, the NFL made a decision regarding tributes, opting to allow individual teams to determine their own approach for upcoming games. This comes after the league itself mandated a moment of silence before a recent game. The league released a statement explaining that while the Thursday night game between the Green Bay Packers and Washington Commanders featured a league-decided moment of silence, the decision for Sunday's games rests with the individual clubs. The NFL drew parallels between this tribute and previous moments of silence observed for national tragedies, school shootings, attacks on places of worship, and honoring fallen NFL personnel like Damar Hamlin. They also referenced ongoing traditions like the performance of Lift Every Voice and Sing, and tributes to figures like Kobe Bryant. The statement detailed various other instances where the league has observed moments of silence or honored victims of significant events, including the attack at 345 Park Avenue, the Bourbon Street terrorist attack, and tragedies near Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia. Adding to the impact, the Carolina Panthers fired an employee for insensitive social media comments made after Kirk's assassination. In Major League Baseball, teams were instructed to fly American flags at half-staff throughout the weekend, while the NHL, NBA, and WNBA have yet to issue official statements. While sports leagues grapple with how to honor Charlie Kirk, the internet is already ablaze with a different kind of reaction: misinformation. Fact check. The assassination of Charlie Kirk sparks a wildfire of false and misleading claims online. In the wake of conservative activist Charlie Kirk's assassination, social media became a breeding ground for misinformation and conspiracy theories. As authorities worked to identify and apprehend suspect Tyler Robinson, false narratives quickly spread, misidentifying the shooter and fabricating details about his background and political affiliations. One prominent false claim suggested Robinson was a registered Republican, but Utah voter records show he was unaffiliated and his status was inactive. Another misleading claim linked him to the Democratic Socialists of America, which the group denied, though a photo of a lookalike in a DSA shirt circulated. Videos of unrelated incidents were also falsely presented as footage of the shooter escaping. Furthermore, claims that Democrats opposed a moment of prayer for Kirk in the House were misleading. While there was chaos and vocal objections to a spoken prayer after an initial silent moment, the House did observe a period of silence. Finally, individuals like Michael Mallinson and George Zinn were wrongly identified as the shooter, with Zinn initially taken into custody but later released with no ties to the crime. These instances highlight the rapid spread of unverified information during breaking news events. Amidst the chaos of false claims, the family of Charlie Kirk is speaking out, with his widow delivering a powerful, unvarnished message. Charlie Kirk's widow issues a stark warning: "You have no idea what you have just unleashed." Erika Kirk, the widow of the assassinated conservative activist Charlie Kirk, has delivered a defiant message to those responsible for her husband's death, vowing that his mission will continue and amplify. Speaking on Fox News, Erika Kirk stated that the evildoers responsible should understand that if her husband's mission was powerful before, "You have no idea what you have just unleashed across this entire country and this world." She affirmed that Kirk's college tour and radio show would continue, emphasizing his organization's promotion of traditional American values. She also expressed gratitude to law enforcement, first responders, President Trump, and Vice President Vance for their support, noting her husband's deep admiration for Trump. Erika Kirk shared the profound difficulty of explaining her husband's death to their 3-year-old daughter, framing it as a work trip with Jesus. Despite the controversy surrounding Kirk's past statements and associations, his widow's message underscored a commitment to continuing his legacy and inspiring young people. And that wraps up our top stories for today. But don't go anywhere, we've got a quick recap and your chance to join the Glowline community. Alright Glowline fam, that's a wrap on another explosive news week. We uncovered the bizarre forensic clue in the Charlie Kirk shooter manhunt, saw how the NFL is handling tributes after Charlie Kirk's assassination, debunked the wild misinformation spreading online, and heard the powerful words from Charlie Kirk's widow, Erika Kirk. What did you think of these stories? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. And be sure to follow us on all our socials for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.